Manga spoilers, by the way. The Blue Lock 11 versus the Japan U-20 team. The matchup that will not only decide the fates of our favorite characters as we know it, but will also change the foundation of Japanese football as we know it. As we're reaching the final stretch of this match, with Itoshi Rin managing to block Aku's shot, we learn that the time remaining for this crazy exciting match is 5 minutes. As the crowd's excitement fills the arena and the commentators are in absolute amazement at the turn of events, one of them states that he, as well as everyone else in the stadium, is able to feel the intensity of this match, as he compares it to something along the lines of a death match. As the commentators discuss their excitement for this match, they say that the possibility of a hero being born out of it is very likely. As we restart the match with a corner kick by Itoshi Sai, the younger brother Itoshi Rin tries to feel and predict where his brother is going to aim the ball, saying that he has to defeat the boy genius alone, as he believes that he's the only one capable of completing that task. As these relentless players of Blue Lock get ready to defend the net, saying that they'll defend it even if their bones break, Rin figures out Sai's passing play, and that he plans to pass the ball to Aku, saying that it'll only fit his destructive yet beautiful playing style. But as he rushes to interrupt this pass, he realizes that the pass isn't actually going for Aku, but for Shido. And as all hope seems to be lost, the man who arrives at the scene to save the day was none other than Isagi Yoichi, who was able to intercept what seemed to be the perfect pass by watching Rin and Sai, as well as adding Shido into the mix. Adding on to that, saying that Rin's dead zone is something that only he who is able to link up with Rin can perceive. As the crowd's cheers are at an all-time high, so are the players, and as the U-20 tries to get the second ball, our cyan-haired boy Hiyori swoops in for the steal. As Team Blue Lock starts to turn the tables and shift things into high gear, we see Rin still frustrated about Isagi getting in his way from the play earlier, saying that he only wanted to go about this alone. While in this state of frustration, Rin realizes that Blue Lock doesn't allow him to be alone. And as we think we're about to get some sort of wholesome scene out of Rin, we then get to see something crazy, as we start to see what seems like to be the birth of Rin's egoism, declaring that he'll crush Isagi into pieces. As 3 minutes pass by from the 5, with Hiyori still in possession of the ball, we see an out-of-control Rin take over, with him stating that things like his brother, Blue Lock, and even revenge don't even matter in this crucial moment, as he claims that anything that ties him down to such a lukewarm extent is disgusting. With the team clearly noticing the sudden shift in Rin, they could only stare in confusion at his becoming. Rin says that he was only feeling tied down because he was expecting an answer from someone other than himself, and as he remembers the day that he lost his older brother, he recalls what his final words were to him before he left, saying to never use him as a reason to play football ever again. As Rin wasn't able to fully grasp the true meaning behind the words of his brother back then, he understands them crystal clear now, and that the disgusting one and the one who should be crushed into utter pieces is himself, sticking his tongue out, showing a pretty damn cool yet disturbing face, leaving even the boy genius in shock. As Isagi tries to work with this disturbing version of Rin, he realizes that he won't even give him a second's worth of time, making plays that the normal Rin obviously wouldn't make, leaving Isagi in a state of confusion. As Rin tries to make his way into enemy territory, he gets stopped by the short side back Neru Teppei. But apparently, Teppei's gonna need a lot more than him to stop this twisted egoist. As Rin is unfazed by the attempt of Neru's, he continues to push forward, revealing Neru's weapon, that being speed, and quickly exploiting it with an opposite acceleration, and this is only the beginning of the mass destruction Rin is about to cause on the field, as he wastes no time and quickly heads to the goal. As Rin continues to push upfield, he's then stopped by another side back by the name of Darai Miroku. But with this already irritated Rin decides to make this side back quick light work, having the time to expose his weapon and insult him in the process. And before the bald monk had even realized Rin's objective, it had already been too late, as Rin managed to slip behind him and stopping his turn, and trapping the ball with his back heel. As Itoshi Rin is racking up the bodies one by one, the U-20 team is being led to their ruin before they even had a clue in the world. As the bad-mouthed center back Neo Kazuma enters the fray, Rin was left with no choice but to catch another body, by quickly exploiting his weapon being his core as his engine, and by baiting this loudmouth by placing the ball in front of him, faced with his strength, Rin had him right where he wanted him, by using Kazuma's own strength against him and breaking his balance from below. With Rin almost receiving a foul for his last kill, it seems that he's getting through this what was thought to be an iron wall of defense quite easily. With Nagi and Isagi both shocked at what they just witnessed, we see Ego break down what seems to be Itoshi Rin's flow, being that he brings out his opponent's strongest weapon and solely comes up with an effective play to decimate it completely. A very corrupt and abnormal Ego indeed. With Isagi trying to put the pieces together, admitting that this is a Rin that he doesn't know. Adding on to that, saying that if Itoshi Sai's playing style of soccer is one that destroys beautifully by calculating everything perfectly, then Rin's playing style is meant to be the exact opposite, by letting players bring out their best and destroying that hideously. As Rin thrusts through the last lines of defense of the U-20 team effortlessly, he then comes face to face with the selfish captain, Oliver Aku. As the cold face-off between Rin and Aku is in full motion, we see Rin's thoughts are still the same, being that he wants to destroy anything that's weighing him down, including the past, claiming that if he makes this goal, he'll be reborn, being so dead set goal crazy that he doesn't even realize he's drooling. As Aku is trying to prepare for this natural disaster, he decides to update all the data inside of him, and after recalling all 3 of Rin's kills, he states that he's already several levels higher than them, and that he changed his playing style to one more destructive and violent, that focuses on offense. But as Aku gets ready to take him down, Rin just keeps getting stronger and stronger, as Rin says to Aku to try to surpass him at his best. With Aku's stats on Rin starting to glitch out on him, he sees that he won't even have the slightest chance in defeating him. But when all hope seems lost for Aku, Rin gets disrupted by the demon Shido. And with this tag team we didn't even know we needed, it seems like the odds are more in the favor of the U-20 team, being that this matchup is down to just pure luck. As this tag team takes charge, we see Isagi trying to get Rin to look at him and cooperate. But Rin still refuses and tells Isagi to quit limiting his possibilities of destruction. And as Rin feints Aku without hesitation, like the egoist he is, he goes in for the shot, with the crowd left in non-stop suspense with if it'll go in or not. And with the goalie trying his absolute hardest to stop the ball, it ends up hitting the post, leaving the crowd in a state of sort of tense fear and the enemy shocked but thankful. As his older brother Sai ends up getting the rebound, we see that 1 minute has been added to this ever-changing matchup. As our genius Sai and the demon Shido are pairing up for what seems to be the final play, we see Team Blue Lock trying everything in their power to stop them, with even the benched players harshly cheering them on. As Itoshi Sai cuts through Blue Lock's last line of defense, we get this sort of cool spread of what seems to be Isagi reading the field, and seeing that Rin is heading towards his brother Sai, in an attempt to utterly crush and destroy him again. With Sai taunting his brother about coming to Blue Lock, saying that he can't become the world's best, Rin rejects his brother's words, saying that he should stop trying to bind his ego with his words, again claiming that he's no longer the little brother of the boy genius Itoshi Sai, but Itoshi Rin the egoist. And with this newly found resolve of his, he goes into this final matchup with Itoshi Sai. From the crowd to the commentators to even Ego himself are intensely paying real close attention to this final matchup in everlasting suspense on how this will play out. Itoshi Sai starts doing scissor dribbles at lightning speed, and as Rin attempts to get the ball, he ends up getting faked. But Sai doesn't stop there, as he kicks the ball up and hits it in front of him with his heel. As both are in pursuit of the ball, hands on each other and all, bars by the way, Sai gets the ball, and no matter how hard Rin tries, it always seems like he'll be one step behind of the genius. And as this genius is about to trap the ball and speed right past his ex-little brother, Rin ends up predicting Sai's next move, kicking the ball over them both, shocking Sai and everyone else on the U-20 team. And as the loose ball seems like it's going to Aku, it ends up passing over him, landing in the position where Isagi's luck ended up taking over, leaving Isagi no other choice but to finish the job and take the win not only for himself, but for Team Blue Lock, scoring the final goal which let Team Blue Lock rise above the U-20 team, proving Blue Lock's existence to the world. Now I admit that Isagi pretty much stole the spotlight from Rin just there, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that without Rin going on a total rampage, catching body after body from the U-20 team, this win absolutely wouldn't have been attainable, making Itoshi Rin undoubtedly the MVP of this match/arc. I had a lot of fun making this video, and if you guys want to see more Blue Lock content like this on the channel, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below what other moment in Blue Lock should I go over next. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a great day, and see ya.